Alright, I'd like to go over a replay with you guys since a lot of people want to argue and believe that laning is a good idea. There's actually going to be examples of a few different things in this because, I for some reason I have to explain my crazy ideas. But, okay, so I don't actually know who this guy is. I'm assuming it's Raz. That's my first guess, but for some reason, people don't think that going mid is a good idea. So we're going to start with that. It's just a normal match. So it's me and Raz, or I'm assuming it's Raz. It's me and this guy on a Smurf account. It's Razak and Mr. Mac. It's this guy, B Jung Money, and Dr. Mario. And then we have V Raptor and Thoradin. Now, yes, you might think that this is a stacked game, but let's give it some thought. Why do we think this is a stacked game? Because this team has two really good players. Everyone else only has one okay player or less. But how does that stack up? What is this team gonna do? Okay, we're gonna make some observations here. It's 7 minutes into the game. Bottom left isn't doing anything. Top right isn't doing anything. Top left isn't doing anything. Bottom right is sending both of their units to the middle of the map. So, we've made it. We've already gotten somewhere. Obviously, we have a clear plan. We didn't say anything to each other. We just went there. Thoradin is going to lane, and we're gonna keep an eye on that and see how well that works out for Thoradin. Razak has decided to kind of move back and forth with his units. He's not really doing anything. It's not anywhere near any conflict. No way for him to feed. Mr. Mac is not here. B Jung has done something. Dr. Mario is AFK. Okay, so Razak is splitting his army. Alright, if you look here, there's nothing here. He has no idea if there's anything there. Nothing. You see? Do you see? Nothing. He doesn't know that. But he's splitting his army, meaning he's not doing anything. I mean, like, maybe he thinks he's investing in his future right now, but really, he's not doing anything. So we're in mid. Bijung has, well, he's just sitting there. He's not doing anything. Thoradin is laning. So he's probably going to come over here and try to pull a couple of those idle marines off that bunker. He's going to start decent enough strategy. You know, he's actually going to possibly get money off of this engagement. Let's look at his upgrades. He has 11001. So he has slow units, and his units have no HP regeneration right now. I have 1 HP regen and speed, so I have fast units, and they are recovering health when they're not in battles. Same with my ally, but he has 1-1. Let me move my camera here. Just realize it's blocking that. I guess we don't really need my camera here, but it'll feed my ego if I do. Probably should have just hid the camera. I'm just going to go ahead and do that for you guys. In case you didn't look at how long this match is. So what's going on here? Razak is laning now. Thoradin has got himself into a protracted engagement. His units aren't recovering health, so he's giving up free health right now, and he's fighting on his opponent's side of the map, even though he managed to aggro and get a superior concave a little bit. He's probably going to lose this battle. No HP regen. Fighting on your opponent's side of the map. Recipe for disaster. So over here, Razak decided that he was done splitting his army because nothing was coming. V-Raptor is not really sure what he's doing here. He's probably going to fall back behind his bunker and feed Razak and fill his bunker. Mr. Mac has not gone mid. Or, let's see, if we go back a little bit, I want to see where he went. So, he didn't go for mid. He didn't go directly for mid, I should say. So, if you go this way, this is a longer trek to your opponent's supply than it is to the middle of the map. So, even if they both went at the same time, this guy would still have the better concave. This thing freaks out, man. Now we had to, I don't know how to get rid of this black border. There we go. So we're just moving along here. Mr. Mac is not in middle, right? No one is pressuring middle. Neither of us have faltered and separated our forces. So Mr. Mac is either going to get really bad concave on him, or he's going to get double teamed and run away. Yellow is going to go into mid. I see it. I'm kind of slow to realize it, I suppose. He could have gotten in. Yellow's sitting here. He's not doing anything. So, we go back here. This guy, Tank Master, had... Basically, his concave was already set up for him. Plus, he was already in mid. So, as soon as green goes any further past the halfway point, he can just collapse. He sees it. There's the halfway point. He's aiming maybe not directly towards his bunker, which isn't bad, but he is at least aiming towards the bunker, which is good. Or he's not even doing that. He actually, in that situation, he was going this way. He gave Mr. Mac the opportunity to run away, but Mac decided to take it for whatever reason. See this terrible, terrible fucking mess that he's got himself into. He's closer to his opponent's supply line. He didn't try to get mid. He put himself on his opponent's side of the map, allowing the player who's in mid to jump out and go this way and snag that just delicious fucking feed that is a laner. So this guy isn't playing. I'm seeing if I could aggro him over. I'm going to go back over here, see what happened with Razak. Okay, he went over here. He noticed that he wasn't going to win this battle, so he backed off. So if you look at the scoreboard, the only people who have made money right now is Dr. Mario and Thoradin, because they were laning, and they're the only ones that actually had a conflict. Don't let that fucking, don't let that, what's the word? Don't let that fool you. Because in just a second, look at their supply. Thoradin has 18 supply, Pink has 16 supply after that battle. This is going to be a much better battle for Mr. Tank Master here, right? Plus he's got HP regen. Green doesn't have HP regen. Just by that, in an even fight, he has 0-0-1-2. He's going to win this fight versus 1-1-1-0-1. Because there's no HP regen. He's not recovering any health. He's giving up free health by not getting HP regen this early. So maybe he's going to take this battle, or maybe he's going to get a superior concave on him, miss micro, and barrel right in there without attack moving and back off. So in this situation, it's 41-31. That means that Tankmaster has 50 minerals right now. Mr. Mac has 0 minerals. And he lost 0 units. So he's still at 41 supply, while Thoradin is at 23 and Dr. Mario is at 21 because he's basically AFK. And Thoradin decided not to get HP regen, and he decided not to fight for mid, so that's just what's going to happen. And yes, I understand this might be a bad example. I'm going to move on to a different replay, and probably in a separate video. This is probably going to take a really long time to go through. So Tankmaster here, he's laning. So this is actually really bad for him now. He's accepted he's going to fight on his opponent's territory, closer to the resupply, closer to 2 armies of his opponent. Whereas I'm over here, I'm in mid. At the very least, for the benefit of my ally, I am in mid. So if he gets cut off, I can break off and help him get out of this terrible situation he's put himself in. If Razak, where he's at right now, pivots this way, and he aims directly at this bunker, the longer this guy stays committed to this conflict, the more likely he's going to lose his entire army by getting cut off from his bunker, from his resupply. What's going to happen, I don't know. Yellow just has his army on hold position. I'm probably going to take this, to be honest. I don't know why I didn't help my ally. Probably because this was better feed for me, or he just shouldn't have been there in the first place and I was being petty. It could have been all sorts of things. But he's on his opponent's side of the map. He had more supply. In fact, he probably does have more supply than Mr. Mac. But he's decided, even after that engagement, of having 10 extra supply than his opponent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units are not in the battle. Plus, he's getting double teamed. So he's going to lose this battle. So he's going to be forced to back off. This is good. Once he isolates the single army, and this guy backs off, he goes and pursues it. But I will recommend to you, every time that someone backs off, they're giving you mid. They're not giving you room to chase. Them backing off. You have 2 options. Do you set yourself up to get cut off, or do you set yourself up to cut somebody else off from middle? See, this is just going to go back and forth. Razak is, if he doesn't, well, he's just a bad ally at this point. But he's abandoning his ally, so this is bad play by Razak. This guy's just going to get a CV feed if he doesn't notice. So, what's going on here? I wiped Yellow's army because he was just idling. So, you'll hear me say quite often, don't fight your diagonal. This is the case where you can start fighting your diagonal. Is that even a real person? So we guess we have to follow a certain order of things, okay? Our bunker's not going to die. Right? Because we just wiped out Yellow's army. There's nobody threatening our supply line. So this means that basically When I play, I just do this. I follow the line. This line starts at my bunker and it goes to mid. It goes to this corner. It starts at my bunker, goes to the mid corner, and it goes to my lane's corner and my opponent or my ally's lane's corner. And then it does not go here. Once we have this secured and nobody's in mid, or there, how do I put this? Once we have this secure, we can leave mid if we're fighting a laner. A laner will come down here and you will come down like what happened earlier and you'll have a superior concave on him. He'll be either forced to back up or give up mid, or he'll be forced to back up and give up mid, or hope that your ally isn't watching your back while his ally is watching his back. And I'll try to find some examples of that in a different replay, but I don't think we'll find that here. But, okay, so my bunker's not going to die. Yellow, I know yellow doesn't have an army, so there's no point in hanging out here. No one's pressuring mid, so that means that there's a battle happening in this lane. So my next thing to do would, as long as all of this is secure, our bunkers are secure, our supply line is secure, mid is secure, there's no pressure coming from this entire half of the map, that means I can start poking out and extending into this battle. Now my priority would be first to cut pink and then cut my diagonal. Now, you probably should, in a good real match against good players, you're never going to get to this point, so you don't have to really worry about it. But this is a pub, so this will happen. I know that Thoradin and Razak are going to be my biggest threat, so I have no reason not to screw them over. And I can deduce from this that Thoradin has at least his half of the map secured over his lane. So that means that he's overextended. He's been fighting, so he's going to have less supply. So I just jump in here. There's no reaction from him. I didn't see him turn back. And I'm pretty confident I have more supply than him. I'm at 50 supply. And if you see here, he's at 24. I'm just going to go ahead and feed on his SCV. Same here, same thing here. Take Masters notice that. He's wiped his lane's army, and maybe he's not in quite as good a shape because he's made some bad decisions about laning, meaning that he laned. He's going to come over here. He's going to cut off. He's basically going to aim for this section right here, the midway point, and just screw over whoever is more extended. Because that means that whoever is extended is going to get double teamed. Because Orange isn't going to have vision. He's not going to let this guy out. Unless he's really experienced and he can see the signs. At this point, look at this. We followed the flow chart. Some more well than others, but we defended our bunker. We defended our supply line. We took this part of mid. We stopped this battle. There's still no supply. There's still no sign of a lot of supply coming after us. Wait, I was looking at the wrong supply. We have, between the two of us, we have 100 supply, or we have 88 supply. That is more supply than the rest of the lobby combined. Just by doing this, we are feeding on our diagonal's SCV right now. And we're the strong diagonal. Now look at this. We're going to make some more deductions. we're the strongest team. We've controlled mid for the entire game. By that right, we're going to be in first place. Now, since we have mid, and we're in first place, our diagonal is naturally going to be in second place. That means that between these two guys, they're going to be a third and fourth. And if you notice, they didn't fight for mid at all. In fact, they were AFK. A lot of these people were AFK. But you might say, well, you're just a stacked team and you just outplayed everyone. That has nothing to do with your idea of mid being good or not. No, you're underscore. You stupid. But I would pose this to you. I've lost my train of thought on going on that rant. So we're talking about person who controls mid is in first place. The team that is diagonal to the team that controls mid is second place. And then these two teams are going to be in third and fourth place. And I'll guarantee to you that the team in third place will be the team pressuring mid. But we're probably not going to see that in this match. We're just going to see that Razak was the better player and he's going to be in third place. Or this is the stronger team than this team. Just mechanically speaking, not tactically speaking. So, what's going on here? This team will likely die first. And since this is such a dumb lobby, who fucking knows? We probably just play it by ear, right? But we're basically feeding on SCVs right now. Thornton has got some decent feed or something, I guess. He's actually first place until this point where he has lost all of his supply already and his diagonal is feeding on his SCV. So we're just going to watch what goes on here, feeding on the SCV. These guys are probably going to lane. So let's see what our response here is. I know what my response would be. Actually, at this point, I'm feeding on my diagonals SCV. I might get greedy and just back. I'd probably back at least the majority of my army, because it's only going to be the supply of the map is going to go back up. So either I'm going to be greedy and farm that SCV, or at least back off a little bit. But I don't think we don't see any sign of pressure happening here. So let's see how we do this and if we could have done it better. Okay, I see yellow or green. Blue is, he might just try to get this kill. And if he doesn't get the kill, he gets the nuke off of our diagonal, which puts us in a really good position. As I'll tell you, fourth place dies first, third place should die second. This is how the order of things should go. Fourth place dies first, second place dies second, or third place dies second. And they were in that position because they didn't control mid. And then second place dies. Because they're in second place, they're not in first. If we're playing properly. So, we have, I mean, it looks like Razak and Mr. Mac have decided to just camp out and not do anything. So that's really good for us. We would have had to start from 0 with our supply, which we kind of are. We're at 20. For some reason, my ally has been able to keep up at full supply, but this is when he needs to back off, right? So let's watch our order of priorities. Our bunker isn't dying. Our supply is being threatened, and mid isn't controlled. So Tankmaster has to follow his line back to his base. He needs to get in the mid. He needs to control this corner. He needs to go down this side. And he needs to go get back. Is he gonna get that or not? I don't know. But I'm gonna have to help him because he's my teammate. And I need to get him out. That supply is my supply as well. So Light Blue is having a little trouble keeping his army working as a cohesive unit here. His supply is kind of doing a little bit of feeding. At this point, he has to do 3 things. His army needs to come back here. He needs to get in the mid. He needs to consolidate this army into one cohesive mass because he's currently outnumbered like 2-1 here. So he's just going to lose that battle. There's no way around it. But if he puts this together, that's like, I don't know, 30 or so, 40 units. Now he's double the size of Yellow. And Yellow only has half of his army over here. So this could be really fucking bad for Tankmaster if Yellow and Pink were doing their job to control middle, but they were just idling. Same thing with this side. Razak, he wants to get this bunker. But if you look at the scoreboard, we're so far ahead. We're twice our diagonal score. And we're the first and second place. So Razak should see this and be like, "Oh, these guys are fucked right now. Maybe I should help them. Maybe we should." I mean, not only should you be controlling mid in the first place, now it's, I need to help this team. I don't need to fuck them over right now. We need to work together to even this out. We don't need to kill anyone. We just need to even this out. But Razak wants to get this bunker. He wants to make that. He wants to take out first place's diagonal for them? The fuck? That's stupid. So Tankmaster is actually cutting off Razak again while his supply is getting cut off while I'm struggling to hold this. I mean, at the very least, he could load his bunker, rally behind his bunker. So I have at least some options here. This is inviting, like, we don't control this area. We have no say in whether or not we're going to get 2v1, 3v1, 4v1, 5v1, 6v1, shit like that. So, I mean, this is nice. Razak decided to nuke a team that was fighting their diagonal. Those are free kills. Those were just straight free kills. If he had worked together, all he had to do was push them in the mid. If Light Blue isn't in mid, that means that probably at least one other army is in mid. And if you're fighting your diagonal, it's easy. It's an easy deduction to say that some other team is in mid right now. And he should know that. Because his ally is pressuring me. Tankmaster is cut off from his resupply. And there's no sign of Pink over here. Because Thoradin is helping his ally. And there's no sign of mid over here. Because I own this space. So they're either sitting at their bunker or they're sitting in mid. And then at this point, he was. All he had to do in this instance is push Tank Master into mid. Anywhere in this area. He would have to go this way. He would have to go down and then to the right to avoid mid. Or make an assumption that mid isn't occupied. Which would have been the wrong assumption there. So Razak uses his nuke. Now he's down a nuke and he's in third place. So what are we gonna do here? I mean, green's not doing anything. He's decided he doesn't want to attack a bunker, which is reasonable. You're not gonna win that battle at this point in the game. He's just gonna move around and do nothing of any effect. He actually goes for mid. Now, what I think I would do here is I would poke in, see what dark green does, because at this point, this could possibly be a 3v1 situation, or both me and Mr. Mac can commit, and it would be a 2v2, and we would both be fighting to control mid. But Mr. Mac, his diagonal is yellow and pink. Why would you want to kick them out of middle? Yellow should back up, pink should back up, and they should all team me to keep me out of mid. But Mr. Mac is doing me a favor right now. He took out yellow. Tank Master decided he doesn't have enough supply, so he's not playing. Very bad move. We actually have 50 supply right now. And actually, all that supply should be in mid right now, but it's not. So, green doesn't really have a plan. He's just going back out of mid. So that gives me mid. Wow, that was real easy. They both gave it up. So mid is mine now. So I have mid. Green's gonna attack. Blue's gonna idle. I'm gonna cut. Actually, I'm not. I'm doing a bad job at that. But where's my ally? Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? This is a very easy battle, but my ally wasn't playing. So I'm probably going to back off. Oh, that's a very bad idea for me. Also, I have way too many upgrades. I'm at like 5-5. I would recommend getting 3-3, 4-5. Or less. So that was a bad battle for me. I shouldn't have done that. But I have mid tower. I should have recognized this way earlier. But I tend to do things like that because I expect my ally to be playing. Just because you don't have supply doesn't mean that you can't use what little you have to exert a presence on the map. If you're not there, somebody else has it. And that's always ground and information that you're giving up there. So Mr. Mac doesn't want to fight in range of mid right now. So, yeah. We'll see here. Tank Master is laning. So why is that a bad thing? Because he's closer to where both of his lanes and his allies' armies are going to be at. So that's automatically going to be a 2v1. And right now he obviously outnumbers him 2-1. So our bunkers aren't dead yet. They're not dying. Our supply isn't under fire or under threat, but it's going to be here in a second. And are kind of in mid. We have mid control, but mid control doesn't matter if all this information you have from having mid is basically meaningless because you have no forces to exert your force. So when Tankmaster is backing up, he's backing up to his bunker. His best option is to retreat to mid. Take that corner. I'll help him there. He's giving up all his space. If we can continue to control mid here. If we're both there. But we're really lucking out because of all this lack of coordination between the other players. So I don't know what I'm doing here. I should be at this corner. I'm probably more worried about my ally because he can't control his side of mid because he's not in the right spot to control mid. We're going to have to end up giving up mid because I'm not in that position. My mind is over here because we almost got double teamed. And we don't really know about it. And we also don't know about this. Because his army's over here. Not only is he not in mid, he's not in a position where he can make money very easily without losing supply. He's also not hugging somebody's army at the moment so that he has vision and knowledge of what's going on. He doesn't know that someone else is pushed up on these guys in a very bad engagement, I should add. Thoradin has taken all this space and gotten himself a really fucking disgusting concave done to himself. He has no idea what's going on in the middle of the map. He could get cut at any moment. By his diagonal. By his lane. Anything. If anyone here is playing properly, he's fucked. He doesn't know. So Pink's going in the mid. Yellow has woken up for a moment. They're both going to take mid. I'm just backing out because, I'm outnumbered. But I am gonna stay because I want this point so that I can take this positioning, go this way, because if someone lanes, I don't want him to see me. I come out and I go this way at the last moment where he can't run, even if he sees me. So Thoradin's running away. He decided to lane and he got 2v2 just like Tankmaster did. So I'm here. I'm trying to do my best to be here. I want this position. This is the most important position on the map for me to hold. I need my corner. I need my door to be open that gets me into mid. But Tankmaster, I guess he was splitting his units and he wanted the lane. So I can't take this engagement. I'm hoping beyond hope that my ally will support me and we can take this very, very good engagement. Yellow has 00000 upgrades. Pink has 432, no HP regen, 2 speed. No HP regen on either of those armies. And he wants to lane. He wants to lane this guy who has 2 HP regen. Which is more than 0. Where he's guaranteed and has been shown multiple times that he will get 2v1'd if he comes this far. As he should be. But he's at 2224. I recommend 5 speed for regen. Before anything else. Less if you're confident. Your upgrades are so meaningless in this game. All you need is a little bit of speed, a little bit of regen, and a lot of tactical awareness, and you can get away with not using upgrades if you have this knowledge. You need upgrades if you can't outplay your opponent. If you can outplay your opponent without investing more money, then do it. That's why I would recommend you do this instead. We're just going to keep going on here. I'm pushed out of mid. Tankmaster is going to get double teamed. He's wasting his time here. He's at 50 supply. He's at 50 supply. Let me say that again. He's at 50 supply and he's backing up. Does that make sense? Does it make sense for you to be at 50 supply and not engaging anyone? I don't think it makes sense. But maybe he's got this pride thing, he's got this greed thing. He knows that Mr. Mac is a bad player, so this is an easy lane, so he can. But he's gonna get him. This is gonna get him fucked against a good team. It's got me fucked. My lane and his ally are both sitting in mid. I'm not gonna go over there and fucking help him. Fuck no. He needs to realize that he's gonna lose his army, or at the very least, he's not gonna get as good of an engagement as he could controlling mid, or cutting them off, or forcing them to fight on our side. I'm gonna supply up, and I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hope that, or I'm not even gonna hope. I'm going to watch for a few things. I'm going to keep sending a unit in the mid, see what's going on there. I'm definitely not going to push up on this side. There's no fucking way I'm going to do that. That's a 2v1. There's a 2v1 happening over here already. Why would I do that? I can't think of a good reason. I can come up with some reasons. Maybe that's just my playstyle. I don't know that person. Maybe that's just my playstyle. Maybe my playstyle is I'm gonna lane, and I'm gonna be as far away from my ally as I can, so I can't support him. No, I need to be right here. I need my presence to be known. Because if I'm here, they're worried about me pushing in, and I'm gonna keep checking. I'm gonna keep checking. As soon as I catch you slipping, I'm going right in there. Because I'm waiting for this army to either be gone, to be going here, or the most likely scenario would be Thoradin and my diagonal, who should be helping me control mid. That's their responsibility. Thoradin should be poking into mid, and I'm going to keep checking. I'm not going to make any assumptions. I'm not going to say, "Oh, well, I lost mid that one time," or "they weren't helping me control mid in the beginning of the game, so fuck them. I'm gonna fuck them over. And yeah, like, I guess we're just gonna have to lane all game." No. I have a better idea. I'm not going to assume that my opponent is stupid. I'm going to make a very reasonable assumption here that's going to help me in every match. Not just this match. Every match. I'm going to assume that my opponents are good. I'm going to assume that they're going to do the right thing. So I'm going to do the right thing myself. So I'm just going to keep checking mid. And as soon as this area opens up where I'm not going to get shot at through the fog, I'm going, man. I could probably go right now. And I could open that door right on up for my lane, or for my diagonal. Like, these guys are in the middle. They're in no effective spot. They could react, but my presence is known here. And I'm not poking in. I'm just checking. So they shouldn't feel comfortable to be on this side unless they both are on those corners. And if both me and my ally, my diagonal and his ally both attacked at once, that's 100 Wait, let's assume they're full armies. That's 100 supply to 50 supply. That's going to overcome the advantage of the fog. It'll be a good engagement for them, but it's only one army. And they're kicked out of mid, and you're just going to make that money right back. But Tankmaster is laning. He's stuttering into a better concave, but he does have about the same upgrades. Razak isn't punishing him for this. He's sitting behind his bunker. He could be helping his ally, but he's not. A nuke happened. We're going to have to back up a few seconds here. Mid is taken. I gotta stay out of mid. My ally knows that they have mid, but decides to lane. I effectively can't do anything but cover his retreat and support my diagonal if I can. V-Raptor nukes his ally. Okay. Tankmaster is losing supply fighting into a bunker against a superior amount of supply, while we don't control mid. But I have, if you notice, I mean, we both murked, so we can do this. Both of us murked. Neither of us, there was no prior communication about who or if anyone was going to tank. I just always murked because mercs are better units, have like 70 extra health, 5 extra attack. And if you can stay at 50 supply, that's 70 times 50 health. And that's 2 extra shots. 3 extra shots, at least. So, what's 3 times 150? That's 150 extra shots that my army can take. That's like having 25. I'm trying to think. What 70 is? What percent of 200? I don't know. 75. About 33% more health. I don't know. Something like that. 40, a little bit, somewhere between 35 and 30, whatever. I have a significant more amount of health I can play with, and I can bully people out of mid. It doesn't matter that my single unit, you're such feed because you don't have upgrades and yeah, you're new because you just feed all the time because you got Merc Marines. Well, see what happens here. Since we're gonna go about this logically and objectively, we're just gonna look and see what happens here. I want to back off. I want to see how I got in the mid here. Pink and yellow were in mid. Mr. Mac is not trying to take a 2v1 fighting into someone's bunker. Pokes in the mid. He screws his ally, or he screws his diagonal over. I get into mid. Green and pink don't know not to attack their diagonal. So both of them see this as a threat to getting 2v1'd. So they just back off. Mid, it's mine. Yeah, fuck yeah. Oops, I backed off a little bit too much. I like the sound of that. And then I took this really bad engagement. This was bad. I'm going to admit it. I shouldn't assume... No, this was good. I assumed that my ally was going to help me. At this point, I saw him moving this way. I know he's moving this way. So I'm going to cut. What? Where you at? Let's go over that again. This is a what I like to call a where you at moment. Okay? Green takes out yellow's army. He's displayed that he's willing to fight his diagonal. He knows he pissed off pink. So he's going to back off. They both completely back off. They don't stay on me. They don't stay on anyone. They're exerting no effective control onto the map other than their presence of retreat. Mid is mine. Okay. So what happens next? Green is... Oh, I don't have mid, so I'm going to lane. Okay. I'm poking up. I should be aiming for his bunker right now, to be honest, but I might not be feeling confident here because not all my supply is where it should be. He's got about 6 more units than me, at least. Plus he's closer to his bunker. Alright. We're doing some posturing. Alright. I stood up. Let's watch this again. Blue should know what I'm doing. I'm cutting his lane. I'm helping him. I'm doing ally things. Alright. Yes! Light blue's coming. Where are you at? Oh, you turned around. I didn't see that. Why'd you turn around, bro? Why are you backing up behind your bunker for? I'm fighting your lane. I'm helping you. This is fucking 46 plus 28 is higher than 50. Where you at? But 50 is higher than 46. Oh no. And my concave sucks because I got lazy because I thought my ally was gonna help me. Where you at, bro? Come on. Fuck. What is this? Fuck, we had that. Now he's getting away. Alright. Alright, we got mid. Let's control mid, bro. Let's control mid. We got this, man. If anyone comes up in here, like, green just backed off. Yellow's not hitting me. We don't need to cut anybody right now. Oh, come on. Let's be in mid. Let's be in mid. Oh, fuck. Pink's coming. Pink has more supply than me because you just fed all my supply to your lane while I was trying to help you. Okay, I'm backing off. Alright, let's get mid. Come on. Let's get mid. Let's get mid, man. Come on. Where you at? Wait, why are you going over there? No, the threat's over here. They're closer over here. They're closer to us over here. Mid's the priority. But they have more. Wait. There's 2 armies over there. There's 2 armies over here. What are you doing? He's got a better concave on you. Don't do that. All right. Well, you do that. I'm gonna make sure that you don't get cut off, I guess. All right. All right. I got mercs. They don't have mercs. They don't have HP regen. I can probably take this. All right. Where'd all your army go? Oh, fuck, man. Shit. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Alright, yellow's... They're separated. Okay, I'm gonna go get yellow. Yeah! Fuck yeah, look at that! We just mopped his ass up. Thanks, bro. That's good teammate shit. I like it when people do teammate things. Alright. Alright, we got mid. Let's keep it. Let's keep mid. Alright, yellow backed off, pink backed off. They've shown us that they're not... They haven't been playing very much. They just tend to do that. Alright, I guess I'm going to go over here because, I mean, everything's accounted for. Nothing's going on there. Nothing's going on over there. I guess I could cut. Or I tried to cut. I guess nothing is there to cut. Pink isn't occupied. In fact, he's not doing anything. Okay, so I guess I'll go cut our diagonal over there then. Let's see what's going on. Oh, that's a good engagement. Yeah. Yes, our diagonal just used their second nuke. Fuck yeah. That's exactly what I want. Look at this. We both have nuke. We both have murked our bunkers. Man, that's fantastic. And we're in first place. I mean, Thoradin's got 1,500, which is, kind of scary. That's why I keep going over there to try to fuck him over. I don't want him to. I need to outplay him. So part of that is cutting him off a lot. If the opportunities arise, I need to do that. But I'm not going to do that until I'm confident that there's no pressure coming from mid, or there's no issues on my flow chart. But we just got him to nuke, and that was a fat nuke, dude. He just got my merked Marines, and that was full army of merked Marines. Like, perfect bait, man. Look at that. People see merked Marines and they just go for it. Look at that. He put himself in a close second, so we're not a threat anymore. And we both have our nukes. We don't have any fake score right now. Things are looking on the uppity up for us, man. But Tank Master is laning. I'm going to go. I mean, he's going to lose this battle because he's fighting on his opponent's side of the map against two separate armies and resupply. So I'm going to go over there. There's no threats to mid right now. I don't see yellow coming to hit me yet. So I'm going to see if I could apply some pressure. Just a little bit. Just enough to get him out of there, because he's on that corner and he's not making any attempt to retreat right now. No, he's just going to feed those he's going to feed those units, even though they had a really bad concave. So I'm going to support and I'm going to back up. Because you need to back the fuck up. Because yellow is here. My bunker is under threat. This is the priority right now. I don't want my bunker to die. In fact, we might luck out and he's just going to shoot the bunker. I'm going to fill my shit up. And while he's doing that, I'm not going to go here. I'm going to go here. And we're going to have more supply. He's going to be fighting an army right here. He should be fighting my ally. So he's going to be preoccupied. He's going to be feeling pretty good. He's got more supply and he's making doing negligible damage to my bunker. Now let's see how this plays out. What did I actually do? All right, put my SCV in my bunker. That's where it should be. It should always be in my bunker. Except I just recently murked my bunker and I probably didn't put it back into the bunker. But now he can't feed on my SCV because it's in my bunker. Wow! Can you believe that? My SCV doesn't die if it's in the bunker. Wow, guys, I really hope that you start doing that. I'll be real proud of you if you did. So, I'm going to fill up my bunker. I'm going to... He kind of sees me there. I let him see me. But maybe I can fuck with him and go towards mid. No, I didn't even do that. Oh no! Oh! Yellow! That's why you don't lane! Yellow! Oh, shucks. Well, that really sucks, doesn't it? Bye-bye, there goes it all. He just got cut off. In plain sight, we just did it right in front of him. And look at that. Tank Master helped his ally. You're never going to be successful. You're never going to be a successful Tank Master if you don't help your ally help you get that tank early on. You have to be the strong diagonal. You have to if you want to get tanks. Otherwise, here's what happens when you're not the strong diagonal. And you're not, remember, you're not the strong diagonal if you're giving up mid. Okay? Here's what's going to happen. You're going to be in 3rd or 4th place. And if you're in 4th place, your nukes are going to go off. If you're trying to take bunkers that aren't the Reaper bunker in the tank square, you're going to be throwing turrets trying to get your stuff up. And here's why. Because between you and your cross, you're not, you've given up. At some point, someone has given up and decided, well, I'm not in mid, so I'm just going to lane. And then they go lane, and then they lose all their supply. So that frees up one army to go 3v2 the other side. Right? I mean, I think so. Through over the 3,000 games I've seen, that's what I've seen. I could be wrong, but the evidence says otherwise. So I'm going to go mid. Nope. Oh, shit. I didn't go mid. Okay, so here's what I did. No one's in mid or moving towards mid. And I have Merc Marines. So I'm feeling a little bit greedy. Now, I'm not trying to defend this. What I did here was absolutely wrong. I got myself caught up. I could just got myself outnumbered 2-1 doing this with no terrain advantage, no high ground. So I'm like, oh, fuck that. I'm out. No, I'm out. I fucked up. No, I'm not going to do that. I fucked up. So I'm going to do it again. Oh. Okay. My ally's over there. He's laning. Oh, look! He's getting a Marauder. He's getting a Reaper bunker. Golly gee, I should cancel that thing. Let me just take this 2v1. Orange isn't playing. He's not going for mid. Green's not doing anything. So that means he's not helping him defend this bunker. That means that Razak doesn't need help defending the bunker. So that means Orange isn't playing right now. In fact, he's building a supply depot in the tank spot. Tank and or bad diagonal Reaper spot. Let me say that again. It's either the tank spot or the bad diagonal Reaper spot. So he's going to come over here, so he's guaranteed to get 2v1. And he is. Look at that. Imagine if Mr. Mac aimed right here. Or anywhere down in this area. And then this guy got him on the top. Sandwiched. I kind of want to watch it happen. And he really wants that. Mr. Mac is afraid of getting 1v1. He's got the mentality that he doesn't have an ally. Well, that's good because that just saved Tankmaster's ass. Alright. So I'm in mid. I guess I see the bunker. Oh god, it's a Reaper bunker. What am I gonna do? Reapers just feed, man. Feed. Reapers are straight feed to Merc Marines. Straight up feed. It's like, it's disgusting. We should let them have it. Alright, so I'm gonna come over. I guess at this point, I'm just getting impatient with my ally being stupid and not controlling mid. And I'm at 50 supply, so I have to do something. And I'm like, fuck it, let's just go get nuked. I mean, we're not doing anything else with it. So, as you can see, you're not going to win this battle against... You don't your units aren't merked. So your units aren't merked. You don't have a sensor tower. You don't have a shield tower to defend this. You don't have mid to prevent vision of it and to do cuts and do things that will buy your bunker time to build. I know this is really deep, okay? That you might not have thought about this before, okay? But controlling mid is really important. So let's think about this. So we both merked. So we have the strongest units in the game by like a vast margin. We have 7/20ths more health than anyone else, Marine for Marine, plus 5 free attack added on. That means that we get 1, 2, 3 and a third combat shields. So that's 1,000 minerals right there of value. And then we get 25. We get 5 attacks, so that's 25, 75, 150, 250, 375, I believe. That's how much 5 attack upgrades from 0 would cost. So that is 1,375 value we get out of 500 minerals by merking early on. Seems pretty legit. And if we fight under a shield tower, that's 6 armor. And obviously we don't have to fight under a shield tower, but that's 375 plus 150. That is 525. So 525 plus 525 plus 325 is like 900. I don't know. I think it's 1900 total value you can get out of 625 minerals. And imagine if you're a mid. Imagine if you're trying to take mid. That's invaluable. Look at this. We're in top score. Have we been feeding? Have these Merc Marines been feeding? Does it look like they've been feeding? I mean, when I look at it, we're on the top. And by some stroke of dumb luck, I've been able to control mid. We would probably be, second or third place if this was a better lobby, because my ally is probably Slayer. Now that I think about it, I was thinking this earlier. Raz is a better player than, I want to say, almost all of the Slayers, because the Slayers lane. All the Slayers that I end up playing with, they lane. They do this and it doesn't work. But I don't know, maybe he wanted to troll me and he wanted to build the tank, so that's why he built that's why he merked. But I mean, look at this. Let's back up if you don't believe me. It's 46 supply to 46 supply and 40 supply at this moment to 50 and 32. So we're about the same. Ours is going to go up faster because Razak has decided that bunker time is time to just sit and do nothing. So, okay, so let's think about this, all right? We have mid. So there's no reason, and no one's pressuring mid, so there's no reason for us to be in mid, because nothing's happening there. At this moment, our bunker's not under threat. Our supply's not under threat. Our lane does have enough supply to take mid. So that's scary. And I'm backing off. At this present moment, we're fucked. If pink and yellow follow me over here, or they take mid, and then realize nothing's happening in mid, they could be like, okay, let's go cut light pink. And then they cut light pink because light pink's gonna lane, because that's Thoradin. That's his playstyle. Thoradin's gonna lane because that's his playstyle. Because it's his playstyle, he's going to lane. Because that's his playstyle. V-Raptor's not doing anything, so they'd be able to, deduce through what's happening that, well, Orange isn't playing. So let's go cut whoever is more extended on the other side. So we're fucked. This is a really bad situation if my ally decides to continue laning. Because this 4v2 that's happening right now should follow us all the way over to the other side of the map. As you see, it's not going to, because they're not playing. So this frees me up to just be like, okay, well, we have two armies that are almost 1,500 minerals more valuable than theirs, and he's putting down a bunker for a vastly inferior a vastly inferior unit he's putting down a bunker for. So I mean, this guy sees it. Like, maybe this isn't a fluke that he's laning, right? Because he sees just how sedentary, is that the word? I'm gonna look it up. Sedentary refers to rocks, but it can also refer to people. Sedentary of a person, tending to spend too much time seated, somewhat inactive. Alright, I feel that. Alright. So, our units are murked. So, I mean, shit. We're sitting on 50 supply. No one's attacking us right now. From anywhere. We're just gonna cancel this fucker. Fuck it. Not fucker. Fuck it. Because, well, the worst thing that happens is that we get nuked. And bottom left puts themselves in first place. That's 1,000 minerals right now. In first place gets you killed. So like, thanks, I guess. Fuck it. I don't know. I mean, all we're trying to do is, I mean, you're not gonna kill us. We both murked, and we can just build a shield tower whenever we want. Whoever attacks us is just gonna put themselves farther behind after we get nuked. So this is perfect for us. Oh, imagine, guys, getting that fat nuke off on Underscore and his ally right now. That's like 1,000 minerals right now. Thanks for nuking, bro. You're such a fucking... Oh, man. I want to pat you on the back for that if you do that. Every time, man, you nuke me. Oh, I feel... You make my day. I just feel so happy. I smile and I say, nice. So, our units are just better. And look at my army. I have 5 HP regen. I actually want to show this to you. Okay. Because this kind of... Okay, so he's at 50 supply still. Razak's at 50 supply. I have mercs. We can watch both of these battles individually. Now I I have 5 HP regen, and I have 70 more health over them. That gives my HP regen even more time to act and bring me value. I wouldn't be surprised if I only lost like 10, 15 units in this engagement, and it could have been even less if I had split my army properly. Down to 44, 38, 33. Oh, that was very bad micro on my part. Very bad. 31. Now I'm chasing after an SCV. Oh, man. I was talking shit, but I just fucked that up, man. That was a very easy battle. I could have just... But you know what? We have Merc Marines. And we just wiped basically the same amount of supply on top of their bunker. And there's more coming. That's really unfortunate because I microed so poorly. I guess I was just talking shit, man. But then again, I don't really care because he built Reapers. I don't give a fuck. He can have them. Like the worst unit in the game. I'm not gonna fucking deal with that. I mean, I don't mind having to deal with that. Okay, so yellow's pushing in the mid. So my priority is mid. But there's a bunker going down. Let's go for that. See, this could be very bad. If pink and yellow were playing. But look at this. Light pink, Thoradin. Thoradin's laning. I'm going to inch forward. Thoradin's laning. We have a really nice concave. That is a thing of beauty. Tankmaster did a very good job on this concave. It's so clean, I could eat off of it. Look at that. Underscore needs to learn how to micro his units and stop being so fucking lazy. But then again, I'm really scared about mid right now. Like, this is bad. Oh, look at that. I can't tell if we traded. Does it tell us if is there a way to see if we traded? I would gander a guess that we traded. I was probably confused. No, we didn't trade. I don't think we did. I was probably confused that he built a tank, and then if you watch up here, pretty soon I'm gonna send him all of my money. He just put down a tank, and like there was no prior conversation about this. But he did build his tank first, so I guess he's the tank player. And this is like 6 minutes into the game. I'm not quite sure when trading is allowed, but it's about this time, I would assume. I think it's, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But I would, on that subject, recommend allow or choose who will do what first before you start or before you can trade in like those early stages. Allow the person to pick up the minerals that is going to spend them on the big investments. And this is good. Look how low his upgrades are. He's building a tank. Look at Thoradin. He has 16216. He has 1 HP regen. So, he's got combat shields. So he's put a lot of money into this army that could, at this point, not fight ours. And we have enough money to put into a tank. In fact, we have enough money to put into a second tank right after this. And he has no nukes. He's just been laning all game. He's been going. If you watch probably through this entire replay, he goes back and forth, 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 back and forth. And most of that time is him sitting on, right now he has 50 supply. What is 50 supply doing for him? I'll tell you one thing it's doing. It's keeping him from getting access to any new units. He's just at his maximum capacity. He has 50 units. He's not getting any more. And if he can maintain 50 supply like this, why does he need another bunker? I don't know. I think he's just getting a bunker because that's his playstyle, and he just gets a bunker because that you get a bunker, right? You want to get a bunker, right? Probably. I don't know. Most people do. Just about everyone would. I mean, you got to do something with your money. I would say get a bunker before you get a bunch of upgrades for the. But that's like neither here nor there. It's situational. Yada yada yada. Just build a tank. So yeah. Tankmaster gets this beautiful concave on green. And like he takes maybe 10 losses. That's how my battle should have went. I really let him down there. This bunker might finish, but if we got to keep an eye on it. Yep, I could have played that better. You want to stay as close as you can to the army so that you can come in when opportunities arise. You don't have to spend that time walking. And that gives your opponent the opportunity to miss micro with his attack moves, to aggro towards you in situations like this where there are 3 different teams involved in a conflict. But Razak built Reapers. And we're going to see in a moment here how that worked out for him. Thordan is laning. Pink, I would recommend in this situation, instead of concentrating on the space that Thordan has taken, he should be looking at all this space that he's given up. Here's yellow. Yellow can come over and just, keep this guy occupied. He's going to get a really good concave on him. He's all balled up. Pink comes over here. Oh! Well, that's interesting. There's a bunker right here. Oh! Would you look at that? Imagine this if he had done that. Thordan's not going to kill this bunker. Absolutely not. Thordan's uses nuke, so he can't do any weird shenanigans with nuking the army than killing the bunker. Plus, they have a nuke. They can pretty easily defend that. Pink's gonna go over here, but imagine if Pink went right here. Oh look, it's a bunker! It's my lucky day! And guess what? It's a 2v1 situation. So as soon as Thordan backs up or does anything, in fact, if he does nothing in any situation, he's completely screwed. And orange is over here. Imagine this. Imagine this situation. What if Thordan was in mid right now? What if Thordan and orange were in mid right now? And the worst possible scenario could happen. Everyone is in mid, but top right isn't. Like, imagine this is a situation that would happen. The worst possible situation. Everyone is in mid, and bottom right isn't. That would still put bottom left in 3rd place, which they are. One of them used their nuke. Wow, if top right wasn't so bad, I would consider them to be in 2nd place right now, judging by the nuke count. But if everyone was in mid, but top right wasn't, and Thordan was being a good diagonal, they'd be just about done pushing bottom left out because there's no pressure coming from here. Because what is happening in this situation is bottom right is doing, let's assume they're doing something. They both attack. What if they both attack this bunker at the same time? Thornton and his teammate could do the same maneuver I was talking about on them. And at the very least, at the worst possible situation is that they cut off their lane, or both of these armies, get a really good concave, and they get like a shitty nuke out on them or something like that. That still buys time for this bunker because they still gotta walk there. But through all of that, there's going to be posturing and moving back and forth and them trying to get the loop around. Right? And their diagonal isn't fighting them. So their diagonal is probably either exerting pressure this way, taking this corner, but they're going to be... this side would be wanting this corner, this side wants this corner. They're gonna be wanting this corner, so they'll move over here, and the nice diagonal will be like, okay, you can have that. We'll take this side. And then they poke out, and they're scary. They're from mid. They're in mid. They have full supply or whatever. In this situation, they have full supply, and fucking no way in hell I'm going over there as bottom left. I'm not even gonna see that bunker go down. There's no fucking way I'm going over there. I'm getting cut off. I'm getting picked off from mid. Hell fucking no, I ain't doing that. The bunker goes down. But that's not what happens. Thornton is laning. Puts himself in this awful position. Just disgustingly bad. If Pink was smart, he'd take out that SCV, take out this SCV, take out the SCV. Thornton's backing off. Oh no, I can't. I gotta save my bunker. Yellow's shooting him. Yellow's up his ass. He's got 6 speed, so I mean he can get away, right? Yellow has 0 speed. Well, he can't take that. And then he's like, okay, cool. I got here. Yellow's behind me. Get amazing fucking concave. He's taking out Yellow. He's taking out Pink. Oh no, what's happening? Pink with 0 upgrades is right there. Oh no, my upgrades don't mean anything, and I don't even have HP regen for my combat shields. Oh no, 2v1 sandwich. Oh no. Oh no! Underscore, my fucking lane, my diagonal is such a fucking noob. Oh, I blame it. You're an I quit. I'm done with this game. And underscore he's a bad diagonal. He got me killed, and I'm gonna kill his tanks now. But that didn't happen either. He's probably, to be honest, he probably doesn't like me after I was feeding on his SCV. But look, Pink. Thornton, what are you doing? Why is he retreating into his... He's retreating into the bunker. Well, I don't think that's going to work out. Let's see. Maybe he'll figure it out. You see what I see? There's no way out, and that door is closing quick. There's a little way out. He could save maybe like 30 supply, maybe, to be generous. Or not generous, I don't know. But let's see what happens. Thornton isn't microing. That bunker doesn't even have a marine or something in it to aggro shots. This is awful for him. Yellow's coming up. Pink could have stuttered in and let Yellow fill in the line behind him, but didn't. So Pink is just going to feed his army to Thoradin. And Thoradin's still going to lose. Okay. So this is happening over here. While this is happening over here, Thoradin has lost all of his army. He got some good value out of it. He's in first place right now. No, he's in second place. Razak's in first. Because we keep feeding him. Like, I'm going to be honest, I fed him my Marines. But it was because of bad micro, not because they were Merc Marines. So this is going to keep happening. If you look at my amount of money, I have 1430 in the bank. We're finishing up a tank. Cool. I'm just being stupid here. I'm feeding my supply. I don't know, man. We're both fucking up here. We didn't even get the cancel because I'm an idiot. And he's taking this battle. He's feeding his supply too, man. I'm getting out of there. This is like, okay, reset. What are our priorities here? We had a heated moment. We made some mistakes. We're thinking about that. But let's find our center here. Let's get back to reality. What do we know is right? What do we know that is true in the world? Okay. Here's what's happening. Let's think about it. Our bunker isn't getting attacked. Nothing of value is under attack right now. That is meaning buildings or a tank. That's not under threat. Okay, so that's good. Gotta calm down here. So, what else is going on? We're losing a bunch of our army to superior resupply and supply. We kind of fucked up there. And I'll admit it. It was mostly my fault. That's okay. We don't have to give up. We're still in first place. Everyone here is, everyone here is bad. Thoradin's bad. Razak's bad. Everyone here is a laner. In fact, top right is probably the best team here because they're the only team we've seen that I can remember to actually put any pressure on mid. Okay. So our resupply isn't under threat. We have a tank finishing. We don't want it to just sit there. We got to find some opportunity to use it. If it's not defending our bunkers, it's moving out. It's forcing people to engage us. And if no one wants to engage us, it's killing someone. We'll get to that. We're gonna check out mid. What's going on in mid? This is a make or break situation. We have a tank. We can't make any fuck ups. We gotta know what's going on. Alright. Mid is probably... let me see. From my perspective, we can take mid. Let's do it. Light Blue's backing off. It's not the worst thing that he could have done, but it's not the best thing he could have done. Meaning that it's the wrong play. He should be going to mid right now. What's going on here? Alright. We just took the mid tower. Yellow could possibly be on his way, but we just saw it. He's actually backing off. Alright. Let's deselect a Marine and leave it on the tower. Yellow's backing off. My gut feeling here is to see what's going on. But I think it's reasonable to assume after that conflict that it's a 2v2 situation. right? Because we just 2v2'd someone. Excuse me. And there was nothing there. Top right wasn't doing anything. It's probably a 2v2. But after watching that, now I know I've learned something today. I know that it's not a 2v2 situation. It's more like a Thoradin is the only person doing anything situation. But he's not doing the right thing. So we're going to find out all the things he could have seen if he had controlled mid. Alright, so we have mid. We have a tank. We're building another tank. Now, Tank Master, I believe I would have told him, or have already told him, that tank isn't a paperweight. It's got to do something. It's not doing anything right now. We just put down 1,500 minerals, and I sent you another 1,500 to get another one. And that's all great. But we got to do our part. We got to do our part for ourselves, for our diagonal. We got to help our diagonal win. So if we're not doing anything, that means that it's possibly a 2v2 situation. Thoradin is possibly... I mean, we know that Thoradin is trying to get himself killed. Which is nice. So this is actually a very comfortable spot for us. We know that Thoradin just keeps laning, and he keeps getting double teamed, and he keeps losing his entire army because he's laning. And also did some questionable things, even in the position that he was in. So we have mid. I'm gonna come over here. I'm like, you gotta do something. Use that tank. Use that tank. Yeah, probably told him. Use that paperweight. We need a tank, not a paperweight. He's building another bunker. That's cool. I mean, it's a Reaper bunker, so I'm not worried about it. Reaper bunkers fucking suck. I'm just gonna build a shield tower right there. I'm gonna get 6 free armor for my units. Watch this. Although recently I haven't been building the shield tower too much because, you know, that's kind of a dead giveaway that I'm tanking someone. And you might have a dumb diagonal or an asshole lane that will come over randomly and take out your tank. Which isn't the worst thing that they could do for themselves, but that makes them the strongest team. And that means that we have to switch, and it should be a 6v2. If people are paying attention. Excuse me. This will put, like, imagine you're this guy, and I've had this happen. Kurto did this to me, and I'm going to tell you why I don't think it's a good move. Kurto comes over here. Here's the situation that had happened. We were in 3rd or 4th place. They were the strongest. We were either in 3rd or 4th. If we're in 4th place, let's think of it from 2 different perspectives. I think we were one of the least teams, but I'm not sure. Let's just assume we're in 3rd or 4th place. Kurto is yellow, and he comes down and he takes out this tank. Well, I wasn't attacking Kurto with my tank. So that means if he's in 1st place, that tank is going over here weakening this guy. Now, if they're in 1st or 2nd place, it's more than likely all that tank is going to do is be either defend ourselves or feed the tank to his diagonal. Like, even if you do get a tank down, if you're in third or 4th place, you're probably just going to die. But it was more like this situation. We got double teamed over here, and we got double teamed over here, and they took out our tank. That's good for them, and neither here nor there. Like, it would depend on the situation. Like, are you in 1st place? Did that put you further up? or were you in first place and second place got it and put you more even? And the other thing you got to think about is, well, I could make sure as top right that we could get a tank in mid and take out the rods here, because people are dumb and they build rods, especially in higher level lobbies. Don't get rods. People are gonna start playing better, and it's just gonna go, it dies. Like, you're in first place and you have rods, and then people start tanking you from mid. That's 1,500 fake score that not necessarily everyone knows about. Where was I at? So, if you're in first place and you're pretty close, like within 1,000, and then you feed that tank to them, or you get yourself nuked, you want to be in first place, not second. Not a distant first or second. You just want to you want to comfortably kill off one team, and as our diagonal, this is what would happen. Okay, you see that. Think of it this way as well. Like, these are a lot of disjointed thoughts, I'll admit. Hard to follow. Okay, so let's think of it from the perspective of our diagonal. If both of these guys attacked us, took out one of my tanks, and both of these guys were attacking us too, that means that these two guys were doing nothing. It means that they didn't follow their priorities, or they deviated from their priorities. Their bunkers weren't dying. That's cool. We were probably getting 3v2'd and we just got a respite. Let's build a bunker. That's reasonable. This isn't being attacked. Okay, so nobody's over here. So their idea would be to go over here and go over here probably separately. And nothing's over there defending, so they start taking out shield towers. I don't give a fuck you take out my shield tower. And then they start taking out the bunker. I don't give a fuck you taking out my bunker. I have a nuke. I'm in first place. I didn't have to nuke. You're crazy, man. Or what they could have done is, okay, our bunker's not under threat. Okay, our supply line's not under threat. Okay, we don't have mid. Let's take mid. Oh, shit. Look at that. Our diagonal's getting 4v2. Let's go help them. Tank might survive. And you got a bunker down. Or you might have even got a tank finished. Even better. But that weird hypothetical doesn't happen here. As first and second place, say you're in first place, and you know your diagonal has a tank. If you're playing if you're playing against a noob lobby, someone's calling me, but I'm not gonna answer that, unfortunately. Sorry. Say you're top left, and you're in first place, and you're Thoradin, and I can imagine Thoradin doing this. But we'll stretch the logic a little bit, because Thoradin lanes, because that's his playstyle. Because his playstyle is laning. Because that's how he plays. His playstyle is laning. Because that's how he plays. That's his playstyle. So let's say Thoradin is in first place and he didn't get the short straw on an ally. Okay. And he thought to himself, okay, our bunker's not under threat. Our supply's not under threat. Let's take mid. Nobody's in mid. Our diagonal is getting fucked. Okay, but I'm Thoradin in this situation. I'm speaking from Thoradin's perspective. Our diagonal, someone just called out that our diagonal has a tank, or I saw or our diagonal is tanking someone from mid. Cool. I think what I would do is I would sit right here. I'd be like, you go ahead on do that. Cool. I see you got that bunk there. What is he going to do? I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to watch you do it. All right. Now, I'm going to poke over here and control. I'm going to let you take out that bunker because those are the weak teams. Let's work together here for a second. I'm going to sit here. Okay. You guys have mid. You have a tank in mid. So, I mean, let's see. I mean, I might even help you if you get nuked. I'm just going to sit here. We're going to keep these guys out of mid. They might get frustrated and go over here. We'll just cut them. It still means that no pressure is coming over from there. Alright, so there's a tank. Tank takes out this bunker because they're dummies and they built rods, and I probably let them build rods just to be funny. Or just not to be funny, but just to punish them for it. Okay, so this is taken out. I'm going to watch what you do here. If you overextend, I'm going to kill that tank. If you don't overextend, I mean, I'll just sit here, man. I'll watch you. Like, I got this covered for you. You just do what you got to do. You mind if you go over there and you take out their rod too? Alright, cool, man. Well, shit, your score's getting pretty high. You probably made enough money to get another tank, to be honest. Alright, you know, we just cleared out the rods. Well, fuck you, dude. You're in first place. Bam! Take out the tank. Oh, you saved the tank, but you nuked. Oh, I didn't use my nuke. I have 2 nukes. I just took out my diagonals tank, and they're still in good shape. They just got 1500. That's okay. We made them weaker. Yeah. Now it's up to the entire lobby to recognize that top left has just fucked over the diagonal, and their diagonal just fucked over them. Now a bad player would be like,
well, that guy, he built a tank, and fuck that guy. I mean, he has a tank.
or a more experienced player would be like,
well, fuck that guy. He took out my Marauders, so I'm fucking mad. I'm gonna fuck him over.
But you know, first place is now second place, or second place is now first place. There's no tank to be seen over there when they get mad and try to take something off of us or as well. Maybe like they should be like,
well, okay. Well, I guess we're fucked if we don't work together.
And then be like, all right, so we got another tank building. Both of these teams, you know, they might have built tanks, probably not, because they're in 3rd and 4th place and they got there for a reason. And they probably don't build tanks because that's their playstyle. They build bunks because that's their playstyle. They like to lane, so they build bunks because that's their laning is their playstyle, you know. So let's keep going with this. I have some thoughts on the matter, but I've lost track because I kind of lose track when, you know, it's just my play style. I like to lane. It's just how I play because laning is my play style because I build bunks. And because Reapers are fun. I like building Reapers. My Reapers are my play style. I build Reapers every game because that's my play style. Anyway, in that situation, everyone would have to team up on top left. Top left would just take out people from. They would double team people, or one player at a time, and just pick off bunks while they're trying to.
Yeah, fuck that guy. He built tanks and he took out my Mirage bunker.
Yeah, so it's neither here nor there. Just has to. You have to maintain the balance in the lobby. But let's continue on with this. We went on a bit of a tangent. what we want to do here, obviously, is protect our bunkers. Our bunkers aren't under threat. Let's defend our supply line. Our supply line isn't under threat. So if none of that is under threat, let's take mid. And if mid's not under threat, let's take our, or if we control mid, let's take our corner. But the 2v2 is happening. Nothing's happening in this corner. So we own this corner. So we win against a player that built Marauders. We win even harder against a player that built Reapers, and we should just ignore them if they built a tank and switch this 2v2 to up with them instead. But that's not what happened here. Like, you just don't want to trade tanks. If you can avoid it, like, do something else. You know, trading tanks, trading nukes. If you don't have to do it, go check over there. Maybe there's a better opportunity for both of you, for you and your teammate and your current 2v2 partner, I guess. But you know, bottom right, they're not playing, so this is clearly not under threat, and we could clear it up pretty easily if it was. Thornton's laning because that's his playstyle, because he's a laner, and that's how he plays, because that's his playstyle. And Razak is, he's chasing us around, I guess, because, you know, he saw me and he's gonna chase me. Razak is not in mid. He's basically giving us mid here. I could just back off. I go this way. Tankmaster keeps coming down here. I pop back in once he backs off or whatever. If he backs off, that's fine. We just don't get an engagement. Tank's coming. Now he has to fight. And if he fights, he's going to lose all his army. And he doesn't have a tank, so he can't fight the tank. Well, gee, maybe you should have built a tank. And maybe not use your nuke. Like, this is a really bad situation for you. If you haven't marked your shit, you filled up your supply with worthless units with low health and are easily countered with a shield tower, and you're committing to yet another bad bunker. I mean, he's already maintaining 50 supply just looking at this. Why do you need another bunker? Maybe he wants a snowball. He's got pretty decent... He's made pretty decent money on us, but remember, let's not hold on to that too much. Because this is a situation where he got that because he vastly outplayed my poor micro. That's not something that you should assume. You should assume that people are going to play correctly. So you are going to play correctly because that's your playstyle. Because your playstyle is to play correctly. So what's happening here? I might build a shield tower. This battle's kind of going bad. He's got a ton of resupply. He's got Reapers. I mean, I haven't really... Where are my upgrades? I haven't invested too much in armor, but that would be the only upgrade I need to fight this, but I haven't recognized that. Same with blue. Razak's probably got... Yeah, he's got like 7 attack, because that's... How else are you going to complement your Reapers? And then if we build a shield tower, that is like almost 500, 600, 700 worth of value. Because now it's 5 attack, -1, or -6, -1, and whatever else we put into armor. Reapers are incredibly easy to counter. Imagine if we had a Marauder bunker. We could have got away with it here, but we decided to build tanks, which is even better. Marauders have 1500, or Marauders have 8 base armor. The only unit in the game with base armor. So why not? Fuck it. Well, here's the thing. Remember when we were talking about that situation where our diagonal and their diagonal, or our diagonal and us, our diagonal would help us because they're a good diagonal and we're a good diagonal, would help us take out this bunker and this bunker. I mean, we saw it build. Hypothetically speaking, we saw them building, and we're like, we have tanks. I would also like to add on to that situation. If say for instance they built tanks and the two diagonals are dumb and try to cancel it and don't try to control mid at all, we would either have a tank or have our own rods built by the time they were done trying to get that canceled. Plus we'd have a tank, or we'd have a tank, and if they're concentrating on that, we just build a tank. We help our diagonal build the bunker, and then we put the tank right there. It's gone. Because they're not going to know the tank is there. They weren't fighting for mid. That's the only reason we would tank our diagonal. And this is all assuming that there's been no communication between the players, which is a safe thing to assume, because in league matches there is no all chat. Only the talk between teammates in their own voice channels. So we're going to back off here. Tanks, oh look at this. The tank is in a spot where it's firing. Now all of a sudden, this paperweight is now a tank. Huh. Okay, cool. Well, that's cool. I mean, and look at this. When the tank is firing, it outranges their units and doesn't get fired back on. And if you watch me, I keep my army away from the tank, maybe even behind, but definitely away from my allies' army. Especially in this situation, he just showed us that he has a nuke. So I'm going to stay separate so both of our armies don't get taken out. So you might say, so here's the order of priorities for shield towers. I would say just build a shield tower right by your bunker. Don't ever build a shield tower up here. Don't ever build a shield tower up here. Don't ever build a shield tower up here. The reason why, don't ever build up here. Don't ever build up here until later on into the game, and we'll get to that. But the more bunkers you have, the scarier you look. The more likely people are going to team up on you. If you're on the top and you only have tanks, you can either just defend yourself and get fed, or people might throw. I will concede to you that people might throw. That's not your problem. You're going to play correctly. They can play however they want. If throwing is their play style, that's how they play, because that's their play style, because they throw, because that's their play style. We have another tank coming. I would just say build the tank, build your shield tower behind your bunker. And a good place for it is behind your marked marine bunker. And that's probably the only bunker you'll need all game. Now this I don't see very often. A game like this I don't see very often, so it's hard to say. You have to have good mechanical. You have to be able to play this well. You have to have control of your units, and that's not the scope of this video. We're kind of like this is like above the basics. Like when people are playing properly, they're clicking fast, they're splitting. They know how to take a unit out of their army and send it over there. They know how to grab a mineral patch with just one unit, not their entire army. They know how to use the control groups. They know how to use hotkeys and autocast for their upgrades. And they attack move, they stutter, they split. And they do all that stuff. And they get minimal upgrades. They only get what they absolutely have to. They're gonna use their upgrades, or they're gonna, you know what I'm saying. They're not gonna put a whole bunch of money in the upgrades. They're gonna put it in the best use. They're gonna make the best use of their money, and I would say, best use of your money, minimal upgrades. Merc, build a tank. Don't use your nuke. Control mid. So we're just gonna... Our tank is a paperweight again. It's not fighting, but we've taken this space. We've claimed it. We didn't have to go straight to their bunker. We're just gonna inch it forward, take a little bit of space. They give up that space. We take that space. They give up mid. We take mid. Mid is ours right now. I'm going to push into mid. And you're only seeing me come out when I know that there's better places I could be at that moment. Because my army is ineffective when it's not in conflict. It's not controlling where their units are at. Stuff like that. So he moves his army in front of his tank. This is very important. Because you want to assume that your opponents are good, and we know that they don't have a tank, probably. Like, pretty easy to assume right now. But imagine you're me and you're being stupid and you move your tank in and you didn't scout the tank, and then you just arbitrarily chose a spot to put your tank, but you didn't scout first to see if there was a tank already in range of your tank. And you're like, okay, I gotta get out. Oh no. Oh, whoops, my bad. No, you don't want that want that to happen. So his army's in front of the tank. We don't have a sensor tower. Sensor towers are nice. You want to be inconspicuous, but the reason I built this here was because the reason we didn't build the shield tower was because our bunker was like never under threat, because we always had mid control. So I'm building this here. This is a reasonable spot for a shield tower to be. It's on a square where people normally would get Reapers, which is a throw. As we see here, we're going to see why it's a throw. We built tanks. We have similar score. We didn't use our nukes. We built tanks and we murked. Even after that really bad fuck up I had earlier with my micro. Let's just see what's happening right now up here. Well, about what you'd expect, because Thoradin lanes because that's his playstyle, because his playstyle is laning because that's his playstyle. He's just laning. He might get some SCV kills. Cool, man, you do you. I hope he can feed faster than we can. I'll just keep this, I'll try to keep an eye on that. I would prefer to play this without their vision, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a spoiler here, because I think it's pretty obvious at this point. We're going to let them finish this bunker, and then we're going to destroy the bunker, because you can't cancel a finished bunker. Thoradin is going to feed on SCVs and get like 35 a pop. It's pretty significant. Whatever he did here was pretty nice. Orange isn't playing. He's probably not going to scout. Like, let's be honest. Thoradin lanes because that's his playstyle. Because he lanes. Because that's his playstyle. He's gonna, you know, just go for the SCV snipes. Pretty reasonable. He sees that, he knows the shield tower is here. I mean, it's pretty obvious the dude is building a bunker, or could be possibly building a bunker, but he's laning. Yellow is someone else's problem. Oh, look at that. You know what? Thoradin had a little sparkle in his eye, and a gleam of just a spark of genius, man. I like this. He thought to himself, well, shit, if I can get one SCV, what, maybe I can get two. So he's like, all right, let me go see if that SCV's over there. He's building the bunker. And he sees this purely by accident. He's building the bunker, so he's gonna get that SCV. He's gonna I guess Tankmaster jumped the gun on that Reaper bunker. Well, that's unfortunate because he managed to cancel the bunker. I mean, it's not the worst. He does have a nuke. It is. I could follow the logic that he wanted the bunker canceled because that's more resupply that we have to deal with. Be on the safe side so we don't have to build a shield tower over here and attract the ire of our diagonal. So Thornton's gonna push in and okay, I'm happy because I thought he was just gonna commit to canceling this bunker, but there's still this SCV keeps appearing and he can feed on it. So if he were to maybe leave some units over here, bam, 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 micro the units over there, just keep jumping back and forth. He's gonna have a clump over here, a clump over here. Destroy the SCV, destroy the SCV. Get the Marine, get the Marine. Destroy the SCV, get the Marine, get the Marine. Destroy the SCV, get the Marine, get the Marine. Get the Marine, destroy the SCV, get the Marine. Just keep doing that, and then when he runs out of supply, he runs out of supply. And he just bought himself another bunker, and he's going to do it again. Tank's a paperweight right now. Tank is still a paperweight. He's waiting for this to get finished. As soon as he decides to move this forward, we'll be moving forward. Thornton is he's allowing the SCVs to repair. He's giving up the free feed he's getting from the SCV. I wouldn't recommend this. He probably if he was sniping that SCV, okay, there's a bug in this game, all right? And it's not even a bug. It's more like an exploit. Okay? And it needs to get fixed. And nobody seems to understand that this is fucking wrong and it should be fixed. If you have any ping at all, meaning if you have a ping over instantaneous contact to the server, it is impossible against a good player to get your nuke off if they're on top of your bunker. Because they just keep moving forward, move, attack, move, attack, move, attack, move, attack, move, attack, move, move, attack, move, move, attack, move, move, attack, move. Just keep doing that over and over, and then target where the SCV is going to pop out. And then you're doing your thing. Whatever your hotkey for is for your nuke. You're hitting 3 to select your army. You're doing 3N click. You're doing that. Doesn't matter how fast you click it, man. It's not going off. Don't. You play against a player that knows about this exploit. You're not gonna. Your nuke's not gonna go off. But Thornton got greedy and just thought that he would be able to take out that bunker by attacking it directly while it was getting repaired from an SCV. And the rate that they get repaired is not a joke. It's like, I don't know what it is, but it's not a joke. As long as that thing keeps working, man, it's gonna keep that bunker alive longer than it could. Like, you could kill it much faster. I'm feeling uncomfortable. I need to use the bathroom, but I want to finish this. We have, I think the next part I might just blow through, but we're just slowly, we get one tank in range, take it out. I'm over here just, making sure that our retreat is not under threat. In case that happens, we absolutely need to know if we're getting cut off, because tanks are a big investment and we can't just lose them. And if we're not in mid, we're taking a huge risk. Yellow nukes to save himself. Thornton isn't playing right now. Well, he's regrouping. And he's getting a third bunker, which he could have just bought himself a fourth with all the SCV feed that he could have had but didn't get. And you see this here, we're not giving him a good nuke. Razak wants a good nuke, and there ain't no way. See, I'm over here. I got mid control. If this army comes barreling down, all my ally has to do is, he probably should have at least, if not a sensor tower or a shield tower, out of fear for waking up our diagonal to screw us over, a sentry turret, maybe not so close to the tank that it disappears, because when your SCV gets destroyed, it appears at the turret. At whatever your most recent building, or the closest building from where it died. I'm not sure exactly how that works. I think it's the closest building that it was, or that it is to where it died at, that you own. But Razak wants a good nuke, or Mr. Mac wants a good nuke, and he's not going to get it. And he's going to get impatient. He's just going to do it. You see how the SCV gets sniped? And Razak, he actually nukes his ally here. This tank could go down. I'm kind of being stupid. But we're going to watch here. This could be a bad situation, but an easy fix to this is this tank gets unsieged and backed off while this one is being aimed at a unit that's remote. Like, not directly next to the tank, so that the tank doesn't splash the other tank. We're going to see what happens here. Okay, this is bad. This tank can actually go down now. This tank isn't doing its splash damage that it should. Now you see my SCV comes rushing over. His SCV comes rushing over to repair it. It's not bad. Unless Razak decides to snipe the SCV, this tank is dead. But it could have been saved a lot cleaner if only the one tank got unsieged. But I'm over there, I'm primed and ready, and I notice what happens. I come running over. We repair the tank. Both of the nukes are taken care of. Don't nuke. Don't be the first to nuke either if you can do it. But you'll probably, if you're not fighting for mid and you're not helping your diagonal get mid, you're going to be in 3rd and 4th place, and this is what's going to happen to you. Whether it's a tank or Reapers and Marauders, this is what's going to happen. So this bunker's going to go down. Help, we dead. Teal 2 tanks. So this is me okay, Thornton hasn't scouted all game, so we know that he's only relying on information from other people. He might just wake up and come attack me. When I'm looking at this, I'm just thinking, well, we got 2 tanks. There's no way they can take him out. There's no way they can take him out right now, even if they spam turrets. I'm thinking I would go to mid and block Thornton from getting to the tanks in a expedient manner. Or I'm going to be stupid or just not react very quickly. I mean, those Marines could have stim and they could be already in mid right now. I need to meet him there. And I'm not doing that. Okay, now the announcement for Mr. Mac being dead has been announced. I definitely have to be in mid to meet him. See, he's gonna come. That SCV, I'm not sure what exactly I'm doing here, why I'm not taking the initiative. It's possible. I mean, I do see this. I probably assume that he's stronger than me. But I did I didn't take the initiative when I should have, so this forces me to accept that I'm going to be fighting him in mid. So I'm gonna waste his time in this situation. Um, I would say I would retreat back to my bunker, and I would let him get as close as he can here. I wouldn't like retreat all the way. I'm still gonna follow him as close as I can. If if well, when the moment comes that he realizes that this tank over here, these tanks are isolated, and they're over here. They're not at the bunker. I want to. My goal is to distract him, and trick him, and deceive him, and and see if he'll be willing to be greedy and take out my army, or take out the real threat. So let's see, what did I do? I'm staying close. I'm fighting him. See, that's bad. Like, okay, I realize that I can't take that battle. Maybe I didn't look at his upgrades. But there's a shield tower right here. We can bring it back to the shield tower. I see the minerals. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to back off this way. Thoradin is going to allow this to happen. I would, if I was Tank Master right now, I would have to decide whether I'm going to give up a nuke if this ends up being too isolated and hard to defend. But the less risky play is just back off, defend our base. Let's look at this. Our bunker's under threat. Not quite yet, but our supply line is under threat. And we've lost mid. And we already know we lost mid. The moment we lose mid, that means we can't be here. So mid is gone. We should be backing up. Like, if we're taking the non-greedy, non-risky play, I would say, and I'll tell you this, the most greedy play you can ever make is the right play. Maybe that's a little bit too wise to say, but the right play is the greediest play that you can make. The other thing is, like, maybe he can't retreat. Maybe he's pinned down because Razak is doing everything in his power to take out these tanks. What he should be doing is bringing up his supply and not feeding his entire army to make it easier for Tank Master to kill him. If there's no army here, if Tank Master doesn't have an army, this is still our space. He's taking a one-on-one battle, right? Not 2v1, because Razak should be waiting for the opportunity. He needs to think, okay, our diagonal should be doing something here, and something could go wrong, and things are happening now. Thoradin is the only smart player here doing anything, but he's allowing himself to get baited to a place that there is no issue for him. He's just, now he's fighting me under the shield tower. I can waste some more of his time, even though I took that really bad engagement, and that sucks. Now Orange is playing. We don't know that because we don't have mid. This could be like, okay, Razak is bringing up his supply. Orange is coming over here. Thoradin isn't letting me waste his time. Everyone jumps on the tank. Now we do have one shield tower over here now. So we do have the ability to nuke if it goes bad. And we do have 2 nukes. And this is an appropriate situation to nuke if we're going to lose our tank. But we have to be sure about it. Even if and if it's cutting it close, it's cutting it close. Don't use your nuke if you don't have to. And it might be frustrating, but if you need to learn and be able to guess, like, how is my tank gonna survive or not? Is my tank gonna survive or not? I don't know. It's gonna take some trial and error, and you're gonna go through some trials. You're gonna make some errors. So don't be too frustrated. This is what it takes to get to where you want to be. But Razak is kind of feeding his army into tanks and really just handing out money to Tank Master right now. Backing off. I'm just wasting his time. I'm getting behind this bunker. They're attacking the bunker. So all I really need is my ally to put some units in his bunker, me in my bunker, and I need to retreat some this way and some that way. I usually like taking the center ground because that puts us in the best position when my ally takes the best or makes the best decision, which is, just fill the bunker. The bunker is gonna aggro the firing or the units firing, and I can just keep on giving up more and more space until I'm all the way in the back, and they're just feeding the army to the turrets. So Tank Master, I mean, this is good. I mean, in this situation, this is the right play because top left is taken hilariously this bait to attack our bunkers, which are like under no threat to this. Especially, the units start filling up. We're just gonna waste our time, and he's gonna rally behind his bunker. We're gonna let our supply go up as they shoot at the bunker. We have a decent amount of supply over here. He's gonna take out as much as he can. This is what people like to do, is build a bunker like way off in their lane. And their lane probably shouldn't kill him because they want that player alive to help them kill the guy that they're mad at. I usually just kill him because I'll be in the position that I don't need him. And I'm never I build tanks, so I'm never the one that gets the bunker built right next to me. I'm either the person that dies first or I'm the person that kills first. So no one ever builds their bunkers next to me. Okay, Thoradin has gotten smart, but these tanks are going to hold the position very easily. Orange is taking this terrible battle. Top right's not doing anything. Mr. Mac is dead. Thor hit teal. See how little Razak knows what's going on. This was all preventable. If he could see this coming from a mile away, if he was at the very least pressuring mid. There's a lot of information to be gained from being in mid or attacking mid. You don't even have to be in it. You go in there and you see a little bit, and you can deduce some facts out of what you see. In this case, well, I can't really say because it didn't happen, did it? I can't think of anything that they could figure out other than that. Oh, they're in mid. Let's clear them out. If they're not in mid, they're not going to have money to build tanks. Whatever. So, Razak's going to stay alive. This is kind of like shitty because we didn't get the kill entirely. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep the pressure on. Just because we know that this is a situation where everyone wants to kill us, people are going to make mistakes, and we have to find those opportunities. So Thoradin is not doing anything. He's not in mid. He doesn't know what's going on. And he's backing off. And he's not doing anything. Maybe it's time for Thoradin to lane because that's his playstyle. Because his playstyle is to lane because that's his playstyle. And that's just how he likes to play. But he doesn't know anything that's going on. He's gonna lane because that's his playstyle, maybe? I don't know, because that's how he plays, because it's his playstyle. Orange really doesn't understand the severity of the situation, possibly, or maybe just, he's learning. We're going to take out, since there's no pressure, because we have mid, our bunkers aren't under threat, our supply lines aren't under threat, we control mid. There's no pressure from coming over here. We can go there, bam. Well, we can kill or cut. We've been not doing that. We've been skipping the cut because we know that the 2v2 is happening. And now, there's no pressure. So if there's no pressure, this is the time to move out. We take whatever space is given to us. Looks like we found where Razak put his bunker. Gonna tank that. Okay. That's good. Thoradin is playing. But this is too late. He was laning because that's his playstyle. It looks like we were able to feed faster than him. Because we controlled mid. Funny how that works out, mate. Anyway, so we're gonna get another 500 off of him. Oh no, not my shield tower. Oh no. What am I gonna do without that shield tower? Oh no. We're gonna take out that last bunker from Razak. Dead. Okay, so what's next? I wouldn't recommend ever to if you can avoid it, don't kill your diagonal unless they're doing really good. So actually, you know what? Here, let me take that back. You're in first place. Fourth place and third place are going to die first. That's just a fact of life. If you don't control mid, you die. As we see here. See, look at that. Thoradin was able to come right on through here because we didn't have mid. And we're going to lose 325 minerals at least because he's going to cancel this tank. That sucks. I mean, it would suck if we were up against tanks, which we're not. We're up against Thoradin, who builds Marines, because that's his playstyle, because his playstyle is to build Marines. And that's just how he plays, because he lanes, because he wants to build bunkers, because he lanes. It's easier to lane if you have more units. But just because it's easier doesn't mean you should do it that way. Sometimes you gotta go the hard way. And use your money to better effect. So Thoradin, he's just not in a good position here. He has 3 bunkers that are diddly squat when it comes to fighting off tanks. His ally is still not playing. He let someone else die. He should have rallied these people together to kill us. Which, I mean, is it going to happen? I don't know. But it definitely wasn't going to happen if he was laning. instead of controlling the how do you put this? Controlling how the match move. Fine. Controlling the pace of the match, but we're gonna lose this bunker because we didn't control mid. I mean, we're gonna cancel this tank. I don't know what this word spaghetti is coming out of my mouth, but there you go. Oh, or we're gonna lose a nuke. Nukes are valuable things that you don't. Actually, let's back that up a little bit. This might be jumping the gun because it turns out that he was not targeting the tank. I was afraid he would, and if he did, a nuke would have killed the tank. But we can throw out a nuke. It's not a big deal. No one else has a nuke. Pretty safe to assume, since Thoradin lanes, he probably does a lot of other things that are wrong, like nuke early. Or orange nuked his ally. So we're gonna retreat. You know, our bunker was under, or our bunker / production or whatever, our investments were under threat. So we gotta defend that. So we're backing up. We're bringing everything back. From here, we're just gonna see what happens. Now, just by looking at this, we know what's gonna happen. Bottom right isn't, or top right isn't playing, so we're just gonna kill them. It'd be appropriate to kill your. It's appropriate to kill your diagonal, for this reason. It's gonna be you in first place, and the other guy in second place. It's always gonna come down between you and your diagonal who's gonna win, unless there's just like you're in a weird lobby and people are laning instead of controlling mid. If you're in my game, this is how it's gonna work, because I'm gonna make it happen, because even one person doing their part goes a long way in the game developing in a certain way that it should. Maybe not one person, but you know, like 2 or 3 people who understand this. This is what's going to happen. This is how it's going to start playing out. Person who controls mid is going to be in first place. Second place is going to be your diagonal, because they're going to be getting 3v2'd all the time on their side of the map. These guys are going to be laning. They're going to be in last place. Now, what happens if they try controlling mid? There isn't going to be a clear diagonal that's going to win. It's going to be a real game. See, we don't see real games happen, and this is really frustrating for me. I don't feel like we're playing the actual game. Because weird shit happens. It's just decided, like, players aren't. It's just who's going to be dynamic in their approach, instead of okay, I'm gonna go, like, you might have this happen. Okay, I'm gonna go mid for the first 2-3 minutes, maybe 5, 6 or 7 if we're pushing it, but as soon as I start building my bunker, I'm gonna give up mid and I'm gonna get my bunker canceled, and that puts me in 3rd or 4th place. Might put me in 2nd place because we're defending, but we're gonna lose our nuke. We're gonna get our bunker canceled because we weren't in mid. Shit like that, and then you're just gonna drop, and then that's how you know. Like, as soon as, like, you'll see certain good players will be saying, okay, I'm gonna control mid, I'm gonna control mid, I'm gonna control mid, but everyone's going mid, so there's like this. Let's look. You can't see to the other side of mid, and it's probably pushing. You're probably pushing. If you're dumb and you're not pushing one side with your ally, you're pushing both sides. You're pushing them out of mid. You have to, like, if everyone's in mid, you have to go choose one side, push their asses out, and that gets your diagonal further in, and then one of you, even maybe one army or none if they give up, but I've say probably one army, keep them out, deter them from having a presence there, and then both of you and your diagonal push the other guys out, and then there you have it. And then what happens is you both win because you're not stupid players and you're not going to engage your diagonal, so you wait. Alright guys, we're up in here, we're in mid, we're just looking out, we got the shield tower, we're just poking every once in a while, we're sharing, because Sharon is carrying with your diagonal, and then people start laning, and then cut off, first place, the other team comes over, cut off, now we're in first place, we're all pretty close, and then it's just, people just. But what will happen is some players will be like, well, I don't see them, so they're not there. Or there was this one moment where we got 3v2'd, and that's understandable to be frustrated, but just hang in there. Your diagonal might be there. Keep up the pressure. If you're not getting overwhelmed, there is some sort of pressure happening on the other side. You just have to have some trust. If you're not privy to if you're not experienced to be able to see what's going on, I guess, even without actually seeing it. So yeah, once you have mid, you should never lose it. And then you're baiting out nukes with the cuts and all that, and it's just like, yeah, okay, yeah, all right, yeah. You're gonna win. So the reason why you kill your diagonal is because they're in first place, and you don't even have to kill them. You just have to weaken them. Even like one bunker. If people don't realize what's going on, that puts you in a better position. Your goal is to control mid and be stronger than your diagonal. But it's better to have that strength be displayed in fake score and only you know about it. So you dominate your lanes and then you fuck over your diagonal, basically. So, I mean, what do you think happens here? Thoradin, the only reason Thoradin is going to be controlling mid right now is by accident, because it's on the way to our base. Man, his army is a lot stronger than mine. But we have 3 tanks. I might end up getting a bunker or something here, or sending him money for splash, or I could do all sorts of stuff. You notice I have shit for upgrades. We don't have bunkers or anything. And we're pretty damn well getting away with this. Which we should. There's no reason we don't get away with this. If we play it right. And it doesn't have to be a throw for us to be alive. We're just chilling, you know. You don't have to kill us, we have tanks. You don't have to kill us, but we have tanks. We're just waiting for opportunities to arise, and at the moment we don't have mid. But we want to make something happen at some point, because this is scary. What we don't want to do is trade in this position. We use the tanks exclusively in battles. We're not letting any money go out of us. Not a dime. That money is going to go into their tanks. Just let the tanks fire. Thoradin wants to trade. This is a misplay. I'm going to tell you why. If Thoradin isn't attacking us, we can move out. We still have 1 nuke. We can get away with this. We're going to move. I guess we don't know about it because we don't have mid. But there's no pressure. So it's safe. it's wrong to assume here that we can move our tanks out. We should first take the sensor tower, have a sensor tower as well. We have a sensor tower. The right play is to just build tanks and see what's going on. Orange is gonna feed. Pew 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 pew. We're not trading. Don't trade. Don't give him. I mean, this is a really good engagement, but don't give him tank money. Imagine if people were playing right. Don't give him tank money. Pink is really bad. Thoradin lanes because he lanes, because that's his playstyle, because his playstyle is laning. There's no significant pressure coming at us. Shit, we're even letting them know that we're tanking. We're moving out. So, if you're in this position, yes, our bunkers are in a bad position. But we can just build a bunker wherever we want underneath our tank, and that bunker is going to be a Marauder bunker. And it's not come down to that yet. I'm going to clean this up pretty quick. Thoradin. We have mid control. At some point we got the the sensor tower. So Thoradin sees this. Oh no, he sees something going on. What's he gonna do? Either take out the bunker or take out the tanks. But this is a lot of tanks now. He'd just be feeding the tanks. So he's got to catch us really badly out of position. He is going to feed us. He's decided to feed us. Cool, so that means that he has to resupply and we can move on. We can keep going. Probably build another tank or another bunker if we really want to. Siege it, man. You want to make the best use out of every moment. Every second counts in these situations. Even though this was a piss easy game, I chose this one because it was funny. Well, not funny, but because I felt good about overall how my ally played, even though, like, looking back on it, he laned. So, yeah, look how fast we cleared him out. So Thoradin lanes because he likes to feed on people or something or whatever, but he actually, what he did was get outplayed. Because we followed the flow chart and we had awareness of what's going on, and we didn't put ourselves into, well, maybe we put ourselves in a few bad situations, but like not the absolute worst. Okay, so Thoradin builds a tank. I thought he only built bunkers, to be honest with you. Because I thought that was his playstyle. Well, look, man, 47659 on the upgrades versus 22055. It didn't turn out so bad. I'm just poking around, like, even though I have low upgrades and I can't take the best engagements, I can still be of use. We're going to take mid. Now what am I going to do? Well, our bunkers are not in that great of a position. He could snipe them at any point. I'm going to build a shield tower, and then I'm going to build a Marauder bunker. Probably right here. Maybe right here. Probably right here is better. It's just like further away. I don't want to be too close to them. But imagine if he had Reapers. A Marauder bunker would shut that shit down so quick. And even this, Marauders are better than Marines. They're even better than Ghosts in most situations because they get stim. They get concussive shells. They have a lot more. You have a lot more. Utility. So I'm building this Marauder bunker because I mean the tanks are right here. How's he gonna kill that bunker? I mean, yes, you could say he could dive that and destroy it, which is true. I'm not in control of the tanks, and I didn't tell him. And if that happens, I'll just build it somewhere else. Like, no big deal. In this situation, if we were playing correctly, we put the tanks right here, and we would be pushing the tanks up. Like, Thoradin is a bunker player, or is Thoradin lanes because laning is his playstyle, because he builds bunkers so he can feed because laning is his playstyle or whatever. He's going to win army on army engagements. We can dictate where he puts his army. And it's not just in this situation that we have tanks. We have a huge say in what other people do, especially when we're in mid. So these tanks need to move forward, get on top of his bunker, and then just kill him. He's afraid that he's going to lose his bunker. Fair enough. Just build a Marauder bunker. He's potentially putting me in a really bad spot too. Oh, he's tanking us. Oh no. Oh, not that. I think maybe what we did was see the tank, and Thoradin wanted to do this, and we're like, well, if he wants to do that, let's take out the tank because we have 4 tanks. And he's choosing to fight on our side when we have 4 tanks. Just siege that up, get us some vision. Man, I guess it takes 5 siege tanks to one-shot a tank. Thoradin leaves. Maybe we troll. Maybe one guy's trolling a little bit. We didn't really need to nuke. It's over. So, like I said, I do admit this was like a 3-hour video over a 15-minute match. There's a lot that goes on in here. Alright? Now you could say that this is a bad example, and it kind of is, but how do I put this? It was an easy match for a reason, and that is how we did it. So thank you if you made it. I certainly hope that you made it, and if you have any arguments, I would be more than happy to argue with you. But I'm going to finish this. I really got to pee. See you guys.